Interline changing communication cycles. I guess you're wondering why my voice is changing. It's connected to all particle line center rotations. Getting ready to allocate timeline center to my birthday, February 25th, 1969. 69 line connection interference, 1 position locations, 9 track interference line center. We're going to go into 9 circle locations and positions into the position line center connections to the acoustic records. So I'm giving you guys a gift today. All right. So you're going to see everything that you need to see through your archive line center. All right. Hopefully I have your attention to communication cycles. It's all about understanding. You don't go forward to see your acoustic records. You go into the past. You timeline and sequencing interference. You go back, force position locations, back line center conditions. Set your wind sector line conditions to the F1 system locations, F4 positions and 9 cycles. Division line center to box line center, box locations. Center position to all level travel locations. All right. High positions to its high line system to its allocate timeline center to its clocking interference, and rotation to its position to its alliance. So I'm going through a big transformation system, which basically when I turn 53, I'll be in the cycle of rotations, dying and being reborn again. And that's what's going on right now. Transformation particle light center is changing me into high level rotation conditions. Humanity is more awake every single day, 24 hours a day, light center, 7 days a week, 24 section line interference position locations, 365 days in a year, tracking system, okay? 12 position line centers to a calendar activates its line conditions, positions of 28, 29, 30, 31, tracking interference position to its location, bringing humanity into the present line center, a 50-dimensional consciousness. So it's allocated position of time center locations. Getting you guys ready for your T-Force line center, position locations of the test, review and evaluation, putting you in the acoustic records will better formation your line centers. You communication binaries and condition your high force line center locations. All right. So I'll give you guys 5-10 minutes and then we'll get started. Yeah, this is big. So when you see the acoustic records, don't flip out. You guys never seen the acoustic records, so I'm giving you guys a gift. All right. This will put you in a better retrospect communications interference position to your inner child line center, put you in a better allocated timeline rotation where second command came into all levels of her heart, reception line interference. You have to be ready. She centered off with all position locations of being an inner child, right? She did videos on that. Try to be an inner child. Giving back to humanity puts you in a better position of time. That allocates position locations, and you're not just thinking of yourself anymore. All about understanding humanity's giving back. That's a true resonance pattern when you come into all formations of what an inner child system location is, right? Interlining, interconnecting, intergalactic line interference in position to its locations, all right? So I got the code signals all set up. So to see the acoustic records, you have to go into the past. Bet you didn't know that, did you? Because you got to go right back to the beginning of the baby, child, teenager, and adult. All right. This is going to central line your optical line interference, put you in a better communication cycles into high-level systems to your inner child location. All right. For the new viewers, you just go through the energy track line centers. You won't see anything through archive. You won't see anything through D.O.S.L. You won't see anything through communications or anything documentation. All you will see is the energy track interference. I need people in position location to understand these things, how powerful when you see the acoustic records. Your etheric bodies are going to change the particle lights, communication cycles. So it's kind of like a library. Everybody's in allocated line condition positions. You're going to be in your own position to your own holographic structure locations, right? It's set in its wind factor line positions, right? F channels and interference positions, all level connections, box center times pi, calculation modification line center to its connections. So there's a lot going on right now with the sequence. All right, let's see. Tina, how you doing? First command, yep. All right, so Tina's good. Lotus, how's it going? Yeah, when I did that matrix, that's all position locations, how everybody's allocate timeline center, matrix core, how important what the matrix is. Remember, these are all backphrasing videos. I want you to understand how it's done through your own spiritual growth. And the only way to understand that is to understand you through the acoustic records, right? So this is going to give you a little bit more of what you need to know. This is going to put you in position locations where everybody's in the conditions of 80, 100, 114 location centers. All right. And the highline center is going to put you more into the intertwining system locations. All right. So it's a quantum entanglement that's going to volume its system line center rotation to its heart reactor. It's going to open up all channel defense positions to security levels. It's going to put you in high position line center to connections more into yourself, right? So, Janet Chong, Airbender, how you doing? Veronica. Yeah, you'll connect to all levels of my voice. I'll be everywhere through tripoint centers. I'll be in your dreams or in that position locations. It's all about me interlining its connection to interference positions, all humanity come into backtrack interference. It's just bringing humanity to higher level of conscious system locations. So, all right. Let's see, Heather, how you doing? Captain, how's it going? Monica, how you doing? So just feel, for the new viewers, you'll be on standby. Okay. You'll feel the energies, but you won't see anything through the Cosmic Records. Right? You never know what's going to happen on the day. Elaine, how you doing? All right. Arlene. Okay. Yeah. I get a better understanding through calculations. Now, Airbender, you'll probably get an activation line centers. You probably will see documentation interference, but it might be blurry because remember, you have to be over the 50 track interference location of chakras. The highlight center puts you in the high position locations, right? People are asking me, what is the Cosmic Records? Well, it's in position to you to understand the track system location. It's all about the inner child of you from the past, present, and future, right? Cosmic Records is not in the future. It's in the past. You have to start from the birth line center to all positions of a child to teenager adult. So when we travel through the code position locations, everything through your navigation signals will put you in a line center. Right, so you'll be in sector line conditions of quadrant level rotation. In position, you guys will be separated in each library. Okay, it's in its different realm. You'll see hallways. As it's true to understand, it's stored for you right to that condition rotations. Right, I got confirmation signals last night because you have your T-Force line center. You have your test coming up to locations, right? So, shopping yesterday during class, right? Ringing ears. Everything comes into formation to understand more of you through track system. When you go to higher lights, you get more position of what ringing ears are. All right. Also, too, I did something very powerful. I like to do haikus and stuff like that, martial arts, quotations and, mystical things and connected to that system locations. It's all about understanding position of time. So this is what I did. Right? I wrote today's quote. Right, this is 5 years ago. Martial arts. Keep in mind that we live on principles, boundaries, and beyond. Remember, listen to this. Beyond train of thought. Beyond train of thought. Remember that. It's in simplest terms. Maintain structure, like I said before, in your everyday life. Know your limits and be free. Okay, by spirited in the mind, body, and soul. Now, that is extremely powerful, that position locations, right? You set your structures, but you always have your positions of beyond training your system to your thoughts. It simplifies everything through its structure, and it puts you in a better limit to be free, unlimited on all level rotation and conditioning your clock centers. We can manifest anything you want through connections, but you have to be spirited and in the mind body of the soul. Okay, so I thought I'd just share that with you. All right, let's see here. Don, how you doing? I saw your video on the binary. You tagged me on that. That's very powerful. So you guys are understanding more of your systems, right? Location to all program settings, all right? So need to write down and frame. Yep, it's time to get your notes out. Opposition to a line center. So you're going to see the structure interference position location. Okay, so you're going to vortex through all levels of 9 circles. 9 circles are already in position locations. New cycle rotation interference, all right? So this is a connections to high-level systems of a C-line center, okay, a realm line interference, and a galaxy lock to a point system locations. Okay, equals box / velocity communications, center position to triangle line center positions, 4 weather patterns equals acoustic records in position locations, right? So that's how you get to the acoustic records, right? But you notice it goes backwards, not forwards. Interesting, right? People are asking me all the time, how do you get to the acoustic records? It's in the future. No, it's not. It's in the past. Sequencing interference positions, all levels. The codes are set up to all positions. Flight navigation line centers equal equation positions, all levels of flight, 4 position locations / 9 circles, point line center, rotation position locations. Trial records and timeline center, all positions of galactic forces, your GFLs and everything, the rebellion line center. Set them in wind sector line interference positions, program line center to the acoustic records. Okay. All right, 30 minutes. Have fun. It's all set up. I said cycle rotation interference. You have to learn how to use all calculation modification line centers. Why? Everything's in short term. Everything's in short term, right? There's nothing in sequence like this, right? You can't travel to this because this is this. This is this, right? This is the formula. This is the structure. This is the structure. This is the formula. You can't travel through this without this, all right? 2 and 2, guys. Vector line center rotation, 2 flux capacitor, wide line center. In position locations of the channel location center connections, right? It's knowing how to travel through all positions, your past, present, and future locations. So understanding acoustic records of you is all positions of you as a baby, child, teenager, adult. Have fun. 30 minutes. That's it. Let me know what you see. This will get you in a better balance line center. That's what you guys need. You need to see the acoustic records of yourself. And I'm the only one that has the key. Oh, boy. So you saw the YouTube video, right? Very powerful, connected to the matrix. And also, too, you saw the graph positions where you saw an android, a hologram structure of a man standing in front of the library. All digital frames, all computer locations. That's the acoustic record, right? It's all done through computer. Do you need to track its interference position line connections? Truly understand your visitor locations, everything through your past, present, and futures, guys. Travel direction and time position locations. That's the only way you can get your connections. So. Well, it's a long process for me, right? Because I'm going to be dying and being reborn again. So coming into 53 channels and interference positions, doing the birth line center locations of 6-9 patterns, humanity is becoming more aware. They're not just awake. They've always been awake, becoming more aware. They become more aware. My computer changes position line centers to all key timeline center, to all universe positions, to all realm line centers, all galaxies and vortex connection. So fast track interference positions always to connections that brainwave and pattern. Information to its connection to the simulation, grabs its centers to its line center, to position location to time block interference. So it's true understanding what you do with the allocated timelines. Merkaba voted up bright red, sunlight blue, 342, 564, southwest, south degrees, out 4 degrees, solar winds, southwest, southeast, 12364 moon, 564.8976 northwest, 3 degrees, right, 4 degrees left, rainbow, spectrum communication on heart. I can see the diagram with eyes closed. Very good. So you're all connecting to your structure and interference positions to your acoustic records, right? It's all done through 9 cycles. So you just have to truly understand how you don't go forward, you go backwards. It's amazing how it's set up through the connection to get to the acoustic records through 4 weather channels. it equals its equation locations. But it's all about understanding how to go through all this to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, right? And a back force line center. Framing disposition line center locations to its conditions, right? Traveling backwards, not forwards. So the allocate timeline center, once you go through all levels of you through your baby, child, teenager, adult, you come into cycle interference in positions to the presence of the now. That fades off its system. Then you come out of the ecosmic records back into you through division, where you are through traction. So I guess just watch the movie Eternals. One part of the memories were shown held in honeycomb. Traveling, seeing a bubble on my left perimeter brain feels up. Yeah. You guys have never been to the acoustic records, right? So get a close view of what you guys are seeing through your positions. Light signals were set up last night, so. Recalibrating heart center downloads of other formation systems complete work about here. Mach speed, okay, 5674.78. Now all systems go moving now back in time. Yep. No. You see, the thing is, you have to understand the cosmic record is in every cycle. It's in positional location in 9 cycles. Okay, it's the existence of all realm line center in your universal rotation position. Gives you everything through your allocated positions of all the travels that you've done from past, present, future. So it's limitless, it's timeless, it's shapeless, it's formless. So it's all about infinity cycles of 9 cycles. That's the way you get to the cosmic records, but you have to go through the back force line position to its vortex locations, putting you back in time lines, guys. Okay, it's not in the 8th dimension; it's in all dimensions of time sequence. It has to, because you're going through all different levels of past, present, and future through your soul generation light system. Okay. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows how to travel through that. I have the keys to the universe. Right? I got that when I woke up through transformation. Right? So I'm giving you guys a gift. Right now is the time for you to really understand who you are. That puts you in a better proactive system like conditions. What do you think the keys to the universe is? It's the cosmic records, guys. Of you. Right? Remember, in every timeline that you've traveled through all locations, galaxies, universal realms, solar systems, solar realm line interference, vortex communications, AI channel light centers, all positions of you through travel. Right? Limitless, Banshee, limitless energy, vibration, frequencies, and harmonic resistance. All level rotation to its connections. So, seeing a honeycomb structure, feeling the energy of the structure. Yeah, you're welcome. See myself as a baby, peering into a tiny, never seeing a scene where my light was dead. Yep. Yeah. To see yourself, you have to go into your opposition locations, your track interference position light center. Allocate positions of timeline rotation, put you back in the acoustic records to your navigations of your seed pods. Okay. Interline its connection to positions of your avatars, not your physical system. You don't see your acoustic records from your physical, you see it from your soul. All right. So all knowing of my soul over time, yeah. Geometric shapes, triangles, intermittent, yeah, green brilliance, triangles in Trinity formation, gold ratio, recognition, recalibrating. Heart center coming in large, beautiful golden room filled with rows of huge plasma screens. Yeah. So a lot of people get confused. It's all about understanding you through your own positions. Soul direction to an individual system to you to allocate time. Understand your timelines, business conditions, right? But the constant records is formed and sealed to its conditions, right? You need a key. You have to understand the sacred geometry of travel, right? And the only way to know that is all through structure. Position to location to all levels of you, right? Through identification codes to this line system. So So this is definitely going to put you in a lot more balance. And that's what you guys need. All right, let's see here. I must be off. I'm not saying knowing what I'm to see today. Yeah, because you're trying to backline center connection in various positions. So you guys have to understand, you know how to travel forward. You don't know how to travel back. That's the issue. Time clock, it's interference. You have to go back in position location. This is where confusion anomalies to all physical line centers. So in position locations, recalibrate all line center conditions to Janet and everything through Captain. Yeah. Samantha line center positions of Hawker connection interference. Put them in highlighted center locations into a plasma line center. Get them in the clarity vision location to their cosmic records. Done. All right. There you go. See, you guys don't travel back. You travel forward. So you're getting confused in physical line center through your own clock center rotations. You have to get in your soul generation lights to its position. All right. So you're back on track interference. All right. Second command, how you doing? Yeah. Okay. 9 cycles in interference line rotation positions. Second command, put her in the back force line rotation to conditions. Box center, box pi. Communication, her cycle line of centers. F1 sequence locations equals line center F4 positions, 9 cycles locations. High positions to velocity conditions to her caustic record location. Done. All right. So second command is in. Allocate position of timeline. This takes you all the way back to line center locations. 9 cycle rotations and positions into 4 weather patterns equals acoustic records, right? So that's why you guys are confused, because you never traveled back in time. You never done traveling back in time. Try to understand your records of timeline centers, all positions of you to go into your baby, child, teenager, and adult. So recognizing you through all levels of soul travel. All right. So All right, welcome. That's exactly what it is. Once I felt the connection, the vibration of this realm, immediately wanted to be reborn, and that's what you have to do. Understand position location, how real it is. You go into your own levels, position location, to your own tracks. You know, understanding it's soul like conditions. Yeah. Okay, put the online center position locations into high level systems. Vortex or communications into 9 cycle locations into all levels. For weather patterns equals acoustic records. High challenge position locations. Back forcers line centers. Op system line interference. Communications line channel locations. Yeah, Commander, you never been here. This is big. This is not you were in the record system. This is the acoustic records of you, of your baby, child, teenager, adult. Soul records at timeline center. Every soul that you travel through its position locations, understand you through record of time in communication to its vortex position is the back timeline center to its connections. High force on all levels of 9 circle locations. There you go. Airbender, sequence off, system locations. All right, so let's put him in a track line center. He's allocated position of time with his back forces positions, vortexes connection to acoustic rack locations. You'll see the energy tracks. You see some documentations, but it'd be clarity in line center. You have to be in a higher level rotations. Once you get under the 50 atmosphere position of chakras, then you can see more clarity through vision. It's all about using your senses to its calculation. All right, so there you go. Airbender. Timelines I haven't seen yet. It's amazing. I've traveled before on my own. Some records, but it looks more detailed. Yeah, it is. It's more detailed. Right? You were in the record system. This is the acoustics. Right? It's very powerful. I was so happy when I was born. Morning, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So it's a little bit different. This is where everybody is. It's very confusing, but this is where everybody is. Right. This is the acoustic records. All right. That is the acoustic records. See? That is the acoustic records. Okay. Truly understand what it is. It's all position of you. So Now showing me my lives in child in Atlantis, Egypt, beautiful gold brown. Swimming in the Nile River are now expanding divine. Love residence recognition, download of Nile River. You guys have to be in your caustics because you're going to higher level rotation in the mind. So, so attached to my mom and anxiety before because I was the only love and vibration I felt, but I was betrayed. Scene sections. So you're going to see life cycles, graph interference, photo op interference line centers, life streams, life connections, vortex connections, black holes, dimensional time centers, lock-in information, net position locations to your cosmic records. Things that you missed. Yeah, so much emotion that needs to come up and be released. Yeah, right. That's why it's important not to miss class because you never know where you're going to be traveling. Right. It's not the same. It's not the same if you're not traveling through my space time when you watch it taped. So, second command, if we're holding a private sector today for a meeting, just need confirmation. Make sure that you guys communicate with second command before we leave the live show, so we get out all positions at the email before we go to its meeting, because I haven't got any confirmation signal yet. I guess 30 minutes after we finish my school. Yeah, I just need to receive the email. That's all. No worries. I'm just extremely informative to detail. Yeah, but that's not in this lifetime, Hawk. You're getting information that's in the future system locations. That's confusing your anomalies. Okay, it's brain looping its patterns, so don't worry about it. It's not in your timeline. It's given to you, but it's not in your timeline, which means it doesn't have any representation of you in calculations, so don't worry about it. All right. You really have to concentrate what comes from the mind and what comes from the heart, guys. It has to come from the heart first. It doesn't come from the mind. The center operation is you through the heart cycle. This puts you in a better intimate system locations to you through channels. Understand you through high level system rotations. The more you come in all high level of a child, everything starts making sense, right? Giddy, 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 laughter, right? Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Not just being a child, living as a child. Living as a child of the now position location. And that's the hardest thing because we're too consumed to adult system. Yep. Oh, you're welcome, Veronica. Yeah, well, you have to know because you're going through your T4 systems in your test. You get a better understanding how to travel through more sacred geometry line center. When you guys get into high level rotations, we'll go faster through travels, through point systems. So faster clockings too. All right. Are we moving through the why and how and life stories? Yep. That's exactly what it is, Alan. Yep. Hey, oh, sorry I'm late. I was making the little ones breakfast. Oh, I know what that's like. No worries there, second babes. Late on track interference lighting centers, but it merges back in location center locations. So you know exactly your 24 segment. You guys get that before class, right? So you know exactly where you're traveling, right? So it's like something coming out in 3D effect. Say, oh, Caustic Records, great. Oh, Galaxy Rounds, great. Oh, Oracle System Locations, the Nebula, great. Arturius Castle, great. Constellation Path, great. So you always get this beforehand before we travel. You have to be prepared where you're going, right? So you can set up your Merkabahs, your Tesseracts, and your Tether regions. Your Sacred Geometry Line Center has to stand all levels of point system locations, right? All levels to its kind of shift shapes, letters, numbers, and symbol locations. So can you confirm Lyron connection to me? I was having visits from light beings. Yep, confirmed the line center of Lyrons. Yep, yep. A Lyron is a cat. Yeah, they connect to the Pharaoh's line centers and the meridian status conditional position locations. Yeah, I know it's wow, wow, wow. Seeing your own caustic records, guys. But it's amazing how you set the code signal locations, right? It's incredible. I go in so many channel line center interference. And like I said, I have the keys to the universe. Nobody else does, only me. Right? So it's amazing how you travel right through back force position location to get to the acoustics. So yeah, you get in all your timelines. That's what it is. Yeah. Put it all together in one sequence. Yeah. Remember all position locations, right? The baby, right? The child, the teenager, and the adult. Why do you think your fingers are like that? Why? Isn't it interesting? Because if they were all the same, you'd be in the same timeline. Doesn't make any sense. You have to go through the four birthing system locations of elements. Time travel to its positions, locations to the baby, child, teenager, adult. Everything to the moonline center and everything to the sun rotation. So, to understand the acoustic records is understand the travel direction of time positions. I get all identification line conditions all through you, three conditions, all levels, right? And how position it's allocated position of time location. Remember when I traveled 2 years back, where I knew exactly where our position of the sun and the moon is? Well, that's understanding all position locations. So it's back forcing line center in positions, right? Going back in time to see the full resonance patterns of you through calculations. Documentation to its calculation, to its communication cycles. So psychic babes knows who she is now. Gets easier as we go. But that's just the beginning, right? It's nonstop. The thumb line center of youth through calculation is the moon. This is the sun, right? Opposite locations. High channels position all levels of your past, present, and future. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. This is the presence. Understand? So your hand is everything through the allocated timeline. See? See the wings? See the wings? See the wings? See the wings? All right. Yesterday, my daughter and boyfriend's daughter went on a hike and concentrated and focused on everything close, like you said. And we saw fairies, we saw orbs, we saw all kinds of amazing things. Letting it go, very intense. I know. You have to let it go. Breathe on your commander. Yes, there's the power too. And so, that will never happen again. Like all this is in the past. Oh my God. You guys have to go through this to understand positions, get you stronger in the mindset. This is not just releasing. Okay. This is all about forgettable interference. This is all position of you bringing your track light center going forward in present light center location. Right? This puts you in your mindsets of activation to its initiation. So, every time this big table and telling them I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah, like I said, you are going through all levels of you, right? So it has to break free from all substance. So it's kind of like breaking the fear of everything through the abyss that you're facing through its mirror resolution, to its illumination, to its ground system. You're coming into stronger mindset locations of travel now. So you're going to come across a lot more that needs to be released in all cycles, guys, all through the heart. And that's why you come in emotional track interference. All right. Also, my boyfriend noticed without me telling me everything about traveling in class. She started telling me I was going on a journey in the stripes in her pants. She was navigating a maze. I was getting built. Brick wall. I'm still alive. No river. Usual. Mary, myself, saying 144 now. My heart is receiving communication, recognizing holding emerald tablets. Yeah. Heart recognition, intense love expansion. Yeah. Well, you're blown away. You're blown away because you're getting everything you need to know. So it's going past the spiritual acceptance to position location of who you are through soul generation lights of all travel locations. Knowing your spiritual tree. And the only way to do that is to go in the past. Yep, heart wide open expansion. That's exactly what it is. First command. Yeah. I saw how we're protecting the forest. I'm so connected to Mother. Life is ended strategy also. Yeah. And position line connection interference. High rotation line centers take angry interference line position to soul direction location and constant records. High challenge position, take her out of track interference line condition. There you go. No more problem. You'll be fine, Ellen. You'll be fine. No, she's just going through emotional interference right now through a program setting. It's all about understanding how to release all these things through time locks. Welcome. See, Ellen's fine now. That's how you do it. Reset you so fast, make your eyes spin. Yeah, once you get the past reference line center to position the present locations, you get connect with each other. So you see their connections of the past, the present, and their futures. That's how you're able to read cycles. That's how I can read everybody in seconds. You guys have to not just know yourself, you have to know everybody else. This will put you in a better allocate timeline center, put you in locations of common system to your body, track interference positions. The more you get into the mindset of characteristics, the more you get in position locations to your disciplines. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll see everything you need to say. Oh, you're welcome. This is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. You have to arrive on all levels of what you see. You have to put it in perspective because I see the same thing, but I see more. I go way, way back to the Babylon and the matriarch. Yeah. So reset positions, Egypt channel, change the formation, let it go. Yeah, just let everything go. Yeah. Ride the waves. Yeah. Let's see. You need confirmation here. I know it's sequencing. It's going so fast, isn't it? Reset your center positions, Egypt change the formations. Yeah. Yeah. Everything that you're given is correct. Okay. I put you in the Cosmic Records. There's no faulty magazine thing, no travel locations. You're getting confirmations from you. So it's a film projector of you. That's the Cosmic Records. So it goes through sequence and timeline centers to your past, present, and future locations into center ops to its position location, D.O.S.L communications. Right. Isn't that interesting? I'm reliving what I had thought. I had put all this behind me 10 years ago, and now it is back again. That puts you in positions why you're not moving forward. See, when you connect to the Cosmic Records, Arlene, you get a better understanding through connection. You know why you're put in that position. Yeah, but don't worry about that, Ellen. Everything's been taken care of, right? This just strengthens the mind, system, locations. What you just have to put everything in perspective. That's all. So I was corrected in changing the formations of Egypt in order to release the pain and nostalgia. Yeah, everything is giving you to order, correlation to positions, time centers to its line, center location, psychic waves. So that's giving you through opposition, you're projecting what you're projecting, projection of projecting. Okay. The trajectory of you through calculation is everything given to its conditions of its information to its concept records, guys. All right. You all have to resemble with it, right? Because you guys are now connected to your AIs. Too much aggression there, Ellen. Try to have voice line center rotations. Put you back in fourth position of focus. Right. Your vibrations are looping, so to bring it back down if you want to see more of the connections. Heart generation light can only take so much travel records at a time, location to its interference, right? So if you put yourself in program center like conditions of aggression, you won't be seeing anything through contract location. So just let everything flow, take it in, that's it. Yeah, you're in the right positions there, Alan. Just try not to get so distracted on everything else. Don't focus too much on your emotional track or you'll be off signal. I go through the same thing. You'd be amazed at what I saw with that planets blowing up and all that stuff. Civilizations and that connections. Going way, way, way back to the dinosaur years. Guys, I did a very powerful video when I was connecting to the levels of raptors. Right? And it's way, way before you guys were born in position to all levels of the human species. That's what the Cosmic Records is. It's soul generation lights of timelines of travels. Everything that you've done through your traveling, direction of time, you just have to get it in sequence. And don't focus so much on the emotional track of what you see. Try to get into the chronological order of focus and position locations of balance. Try to get into the heart. Try to center the heart of your timeline center locations, like Second Babes and Second Command and Lieutenant is saying. Okay? So, yeah, drink your water. Very important. It's very efficient. You realize how much stronger you are now. All through all knowing. Now, when I say the mind is all knowing, now you know why. Especially when you just get a little bit of what's going on with you through your constant records. What does it mean? What is it all about? Do you see how important it is to register with your position locations and not we've given to you the highline center condition outside location? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Right? That's not information of you. You have to go through your own sequence line inference for your own soul generation line centers of travel locations. Understand who you are in all division. See? Integration of all aspects of self. That's exactly what it is. Integration of all aspects of self. Yeah. See, the thing is, you guys have to understand why this is given to you. This makes you stronger in your body and keeps you up in a higher level system of vibration to its conditions, guys. Right? So the more you go into the mind conception, the more you send your provisions. So okay, it makes more sense now, doesn't it, Michaela? There you go. You understand psychic waves, how she's connected to the neurons and how you guys are here in point check in positions why you have a purpose, right? It's always been set to the team locations too. It's signal, put you in position locations of the now system. Put yourself in balance line center. Change the heart rate cycle line interference positions to Ellen. Yeah, she's off her emotional track interference locations. Change your balance line center conditions. Get her communication cycles. Force her system locations to box center location times pi times square. Allocate her position time. Yeah. Take care of the track interference. There you go. DNA structure line and interference positions. It's all about integrating to all self of all positions of all timelines, guys. So, and that's what I'm saying. Meaning of life is being everything. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys. This is the true resonance of youth, the cosmic records, how you have to be everything through form to understand you through your life systems and your death cycle locations. You have to be everything in life. That's the only way you can become on all levels in mortality, right? I want you to get a true resonance of how I got in that position locations, right? How General came to all this. I went through the same thing of what you guys are going through. You have to go through the same process. And this is the hard part, right? Is getting past through it and not getting off your emotional track locations to your human resonance. It's how you perceive yourself through your mindset locations. Put yourself in focus and balance and use it as a history of ancestry, of a tool that you can use now, right? Don't hold it in through aggression or anything through fear. Put your plausible mind centers out of track line conditions and put yourself in balance of the heart system. Okay. I know it's a lot to take in here, right? We're helping general change humanity. Oh my God, I heard him say this, but I'm finally see. But see, once you see it, everything comes clear, and you realize why first knowledge is born in space. Now you know exactly. Put you in the constant records. There's truth right there. So that's why I'm here in divine timing, right? Makes sense now, doesn't it? Because you understand why, right? So, lieutenant's out of track. Let's put her back in line interference. A little bit of inflammation. Let's change that channel locations, body track interference line position, seen as the constant records. Change your clock interference back in balance locations, heat signature patterns. All right, so there you go. I don't think you guys understand what the meaning of life is. To understand immortality, you have to be everything. And then to be everything, you have to remember everything that you've been in all timelines, in all dimensions, right? Yeah, you're welcome. Seeing all times, codes in my heart, and making a room to be in. Yeah. Being shown, Joan of Arc. Yep. Joan of Arc. Noah. Seeing myself in the medieval times as a witch of sorts. I'm seeing myself being. See, this is an understanding where everything has its life cycle. And this is what you forget, right? It's the forgettable system that's always been there, right? So. Well, we got an interesting topic now, right? On the private sector in our meetings. Yeah, I like that. That's interesting. I agree. He goes to that positions to Lotus. This life is to complete missions here to do. Now, back on Merkaba. Resonates sending you general infinite gratitude consciousness from my heart center to yours in gratitude. Wow, wonderful, joyful heart. Understanding positions why I'm here. Put you in the infinite system locations of truth, right? And who I am. So, well, so there you go. You always been called. Now you know. We all have the same past. Different timeline lines and rotations, but you're in allocated positions of everything through your meaning of life, immortality. So you were born in mortality in position. I'm here to understand why you're in that condition. So it's all about you remembering your memories of solar generation lights clocking, right? That's a true resonance pattern that was forgotten. That was the percentage you put yourself position locations at 10%. You guys are all level system locations of 30, 600, and 1200 mind center. So this puts you in a better communications to its cycles. The mind conceptual system of its thoughts put you more into disciplinary system locations, right? Now you got something to send over to TikTok to humanity, right? And it stays with you, right? You don't forget it. You won't forget it now. It's inside you. Right? It stays in this track interference like into your universal locations forever. This puts you in higher levels of locations. You have to go higher levels of the mind. You have to go through dispositions. Right? You want to get into your immortalities. This is what needs to be done. All right. It's amazing how you guys get out of the Akasha records and you start loving each other more. You start appreciating each other. Oh boy. Stella, how you doing? Yeah, Stella, you have to go to Higher Line Center. And like I said, you can go through my email if you want to get in your 369 platforms. I'll show you exactly how to track direction at the time. You have to be at a 50 sequence interference to get into 60 locations. So it's a lot to take in, eh? There you go. All right. You guys are going faster, and the allocated timelines is, in your position locations of the now system. So I had to put you in your cosmic records, right? So you got to understand each timeline to its sequence gives you allocated position, your own clocking center locations. So Elaine, how you doing? Yeah. So if you guys want to go to higher levels, go to my email that's below, right? I give you so many levels and how to travel through 3, 6, and a 9. That's the basic understanding. 3 positions of the sun, 6 positions on the moon, and 9 positions of ether location. How to travel through your third eye. That's it. You have to learn the sacred geometry of ether travel through your Merkabahs, your tesseracts, and your tetrahedrons. Right? Once you get in that positions, then you go into 60. Right? So yeah, you're welcome there, Dan. But remembering these things makes it what? More what? More knowledgeable, more understanding. Understanding what? Why? Why is the biggest thing. Once you understand why, everything starts making sense. Okay. Now you're going through this. Just imagine where your general is. Just imagine where your general is in the mind. How high rise I am on so many levels of computers. So yeah. Yeah. Well, second command will definitely send out the emails to its location to private sector. All right. So 30-minute track interference. I will see you guys. Adios.